Good morning. I'm your host, Cyndi Williams. This is Bliss to Abundance, and we have an amazing show for you today. Today is really pretty much a straight up pep talk. We're talking about making bold decisions. We're talking about why indecision is your enemy, whether it's in business, in life, in pursuing your dreams. So juicy topic, and I'm going to share some really heart-to-heart things that I went through as I made these transitions years ago. So first of all, if you're joining the show for the first time, as I said, I'm Cyndi Williams, and my mission in life is really to inspire and motivate people to follow their bliss into abundance, hence the name of the show. A couple things you should know about me. I love crazy coffee mugs. Isn't this one cute? So cute. It's a little lady in Paris, and I don't know what that means in French. I think it's on the bottom. Full speed ahead or something like that. But anyway, I have an insane travel mug collection, so I always like to share a travel mug. I love amazing earrings, but most of all, I love travel and inspiring you. So if you're not already familiar with the show, it also streams on YouTube, on the Raven International Network, which is on Roku, Amazon, and soon Apple TV. So you can catch it there as well. And in case you're hearing this on our podcast, those are the places you can watch. Because today we're actually going to show you a video. So if you're listening on our podcast on Spotify, iHeart, or iTunes, catch the replay later so you can see the little intimate share I'm going to do. But today we're really talking about that process that you go through when you know you're stuck, or you know that you're living the same day over and over and over again, or you have a calling on your life to do something bigger, or to do, you're passionate about something that you want to follow your dreams, but it just feels too big, or it feels too all consuming. So you sit in this place of indecision. And as a coach, as a mentor, as a motivational speaker, as a show host, I'm always trying to get you out of that place so you can move forward. But when you're in it, it feels heavy. It feels horrible. It feels yucky. And I know because I lived it for many, many years. So I want to just share with you a little video. This video was taken I don't know how many years ago, quite a few years ago. My son's older now, but I just thought it was so cute. I was leaving the house to go to the office for the day, and I spent a lot of hours at the office. We had our own small business, and it required a lot of hands-on, so either my husband or I were there on a regular basis. And when I wanted to be home, right, with my kids, or I wanted to find something, I just didn't know. And I had my travel business on the side, right, but I was treating it like a hobby. And so, because I couldn't get out of my head to believe it could be big enough to support our whole family, or couldn't believe that it could be big enough as this other amazing, successful business that we ran. And I was stuck in that place of indecision. So let's watch the video real quick. I'm going to share my screen, and you'll get an inside peek of where I was at several years ago, and maybe where you're at now. So let me go ahead and share, and we'll give this a little watch.
I gotta go. I gotta go to work. Huh? You put me in timeout, but I gotta go to the office. I'll see you later, okay?
Go in that office.
Go in that office? Well, but I gotta go to the other office. I'll see you later. I'll see you later. Go in the white office, but I gotta go. People need me. Yeah, I'll get Bella later, okay? All right, see you later. Give me a hug.
Aww. You guys, isn't that heartbreaking? Oh my gosh, it's like, if I could go back and just tell myself what I knew now, if I could go back and do that day over. My son was begging me, work at home, go into that office. And it breaks my heart every time I watch it, because I know now I was always capable. I always had the potential. I always could have done what I'm doing now. And I want it to wake you up. I want it to freaking wake you up, because if you're living that right now, like, you can make a change. You can do something different. You can put your family first and work your business around it. And, you know, the gift is we all go through lessons, and that you can't go back and have regrets over things like that. But the reason I wanted to share that with you, I came across this video I was editing for other stuff, and I watched it, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, I remember being in that place where, like, this is what we have to do. This is what I do every day. We have to make this successful. And I was working. And of course the business was successful. We're working super hard, but at what cost? At the cost of my family, at the cost of waking up uninspired every day, at the cost of day to day doing something that I didn't fill my soul. And it's one of those things where, because you're providing for your family, and because, you know, we would take luxury vacations because I needed to, and my husband needed to, because we would work, and then we'd take a luxury vacation, then come back and throw ourselves right back into that crappy life that we didn't love that much. So, at what cost? That's the cost of indecision, until you make a different choice. And it's so funny, because at some point I did make a different choice, right? So I'm gonna just share that process with you. You know, it got to a point where year after year I was doing the same thing, and I finally got so burnt out, and I just, at all costs, was willing to let it go. And that's what it took. I had to kind of break down to break through. But to get me out of my indecision, I had to be willing to go, I don't really know what's going to happen. I had to be willing to go, oh my gosh, you know, this feels risky. It feels uncomfortable. I don't know. But at that point, I was kind of like, you know, I'm just done with the other thing. And I was so willing to get out of that place that I made that bold choice. And that's why boldness, you know, making that decision, taking action, can snap you out of that place where you're slowly dying, right? If you're not living up to your potential. So fast forward to today. You know, on Sunday, it was so funny. We were having coffee, and I said to my husband, right now we're building a home, our dream home in Austin, and our other home sold really fast, so we had to leave. So we're in just a very nice rental property. But I'm like, oh, all my stuff is packed. I'm feeling out of my element. And I was like, we should just, you know, go to Florida for a month. We can work from anywhere. And I threw it out knowing that he would probably never, like, even bite on it, because I throw crazy stuff out all the time when it comes to travel. And he's like, well, I mean, we can work from anywhere. Why not? And I was like, that trip booked so quick. And in that instant, it was like, instead of doing the why are all the reasons why we shouldn't do it, we kind of said, yeah, what are the reasons we should? Like, why can't we do it, right? You know, we can shift a few things around. We can move some appointments around. We can clear some schedules. And then we can go put our family for a month in Disney World. We can still do our work. And then at night, weekends, all that good stuff, we can spend in one of our favorite places. So bold decision, but bold decisions happen way easier now, because we have a pattern of making bold decision after bold decision, and seeing what happens when you get into action, and seeing what happens when you are able to take that foot forward in being bold and getting out of that indecision place. Because when you are stuck, when you are in that place of indecision, no growth can happen, right? You're sitting in the status quo. It is literally, sitting in indecision is like letting your dreams die in front of your eyes day after day after day. It's living a life not worthy of your potential, not worthy of your brilliance, not worthy of your gifts. That is the biggest thing that indecision does. Every day you sit in indecision, you are denying the world of your gifts. If you are following your bliss, there is a shine to your soul that just happens, right? You are giving more, you're contributing more. And the cost of sitting in indecision is the slow dulling of that brilliance, the slow dulling of that shine every day that you sit there. So if you're in that place, I want you, what do you do about it, right? Like, how do I get out of it? I took my son to see a movie, and And they always have trailers. So they had the trailer for, I think they call it The Life of Pets 2. I don't know. I don't keep up with the cartoons. But I think it was Life of Pets 2. And I'm watching the trailers, you know, we're snacking on our popcorn. And this little cartoon guy had the best quote. He said, "The first step to feeling unafraid is to pretend you're not afraid." And I thought, brilliant. I love that quote. Who's the writer that wrote that? The first step to feeling unafraid is pretend you're not afraid. When I had my breakdown to break through, I knew I was breaking down on the inside. I was unsure. I was looking at my kids. Am I doing the right thing? Are we going to have enough money? Are we going to survive? Am I going to be on the streets? You know, all the crazy stuff goes through your head when you're shifting through big change. But I had to put a face on to go, we're going to do it. It's going to be fine. Here's my plan. I'm going to, you know, and just start taking action on things. And you put the face on to take the step forward. There's nothing wrong with that. But I love that. First step to feeling unafraid is to pretend you're not afraid. Be bold. And if you feel afraid, that's okay. Lean in anyway. Here's the thing with feeling afraid. If your dreams were not amazing, if they weren't big enough, it wouldn't feel scary. Of course I was scared. Of course it was afraid. I was changing, shifting my whole life into, I'm going to put my family first. I'm going to work from home 100% of the time. I'm going to travel the world. I'm going to be a motivational speaker. I'm going to do all this stuff, right? And it's like, what? Right? It felt scary. It felt like, how am I going to do this? So I felt afraid, but I leaned in anyway. I took my travel business from hobby to full-scale business with agents and a staff, and everything I learned from all the other businesses I ran, I plugged into what my passion was and transitioned it into this beautiful lifestyle where we can go to Florida for a month just because we felt like it on Sunday, right? So if your dreams don't scare you, this is a quote out there, I don't know who wrote it. If your dreams don't scare you, they're not big enough, right? Do the one thing, right? And here's the other thing, real quick. Doubt is going to kill more dreams. This is another quote. Doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. Right? If I could have sat the rest of my life going off to the office until my kids went to elementary school and junior high and high school and college, I am so grateful. Even though I can't go back in time and change that day with my son, which I totally would if I could. Right? So I'm trying to reach you now if you're in that place. But in the same piece of regret that I have for not staying home that day or not changing faster is the same piece of like place where I'm grateful, right? Where I'm grateful to go, you know what? My son's still in elementary. My daughter is in junior high. I still have time left. I did it early enough, right? And whether you're past that, or whether your kids are young, or wherever you are today, don't waste another day doing crap you hate, right? So do the one thing that you're scared of. Take one action forward. And if travel is your thing, if starting a travel business the right way, or growing a travel business, or supersizing your travel business is your thing, you should be working with us at Careers on Vacation. So if for nothing else, maybe your step is to make a phone call to get a free discovery call with our team today. careersonvacation.com/ready now if travel's your thing. If it's not, totally cool. Whatever your thing is, go out and do that. I just want to inspire and motivate you. Whatever your bliss is, you should be taking a step towards that every single day. Do not sit in indecision. Do not sit in that place where you're living the same day over and over and over again. Last quote I'm going to leave you with, and I don't know if this is exact verbatim, but Wayne Dyer says, do you want to live the same year 99 times? Or do you want to live for 99 years? Right? If whatever you're doing now is not filling your soul, if you're doing the same thing day in and day out, the yuckiness and if it's not filling your soul, stop doing it. Find your thing. Follow that. Follow your bliss into abundance. I love you so much. I wish you so much love, so much abundance. I wish you the world. Thank you so much for watching today. Again, my name is Cyndi Williams, and you have a fantastic day. We'll see you guys next time.